All right, welcome to this week's episode of BuzzBoys Podcast. This is episode 01. Since the last episode was 00, since we thought of our name, that was our podcast.
We all pre too.
But this is the first official episode.
That's right.
So this is episode 1, right?
This is episode
Episode
1.
01.
Episode uno.
But yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Uno más. Because there's going to be another one. Uno más.
One more.
Spanish.
Cultured.
But, yeah, today we're going to get into a little bit of Justice League. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we're going to go into our favorite game ever. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
We're talking about gaming, actually, this week.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah.
We're
all big gamers.
Yeah.
We're big gamers.
Bunch of
Call of Duty's our favorite game now, right, guys?
And then...
we love it.
Oh, no. So, and then after Call of Duty, though, we're going to get into a small segment. Kind of like a yay or nay situation. We don't have, like, a legit name for it yet. But we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
We're smart kids, right?
Yeah, no, that was one of the
we
things
try.
that we want to try to kind of get a, like an ongoing segment going that we can kind of revisit every week. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We're still a work in progress, so we will get there.
Trust the process.
And for that segment, we'll go over Assassin's Creed's topic, Powerpuff CW, and the Loki trailer. Probably save Loki for last, because that's probably the big one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
I like that one
But
a lot.
the big one this week, we're going to be talking about Justice League because we all sat through and finally watched the Snyder Cut. We're not talking about the OG one.
Snyder
Yeah.
Cut.
We're talking about the Snyder Cut, Justice League. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about how we felt about the movie, what we all thought about it, the big differences. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's a lot.
because it's like I told
It's
you
a
guys,
completely different movie.
Yeah.
So let's
It
hear
really
John
is.
first. What do you think about it so far? Well, what you saw compared to the original.
Give us your
Compared to the original,
your blanket statement. Did you like it? Did you love it?
Better than the first.
I
That too.
loved it. And at first, kind of a hater going into this movie.
Not kind of. We were very
Big
vocal.
haters.
John
Very
and I were
vocal about
very
this hate
vocal.
that I had for this movie because didn't want this movie to happen. I thought it was going to be too late for it because, like, it came out in, the first one came out in, 2016, 2017?
2016.
2016, right?
No. 2017.
2017. I'm pretty
2017, yeah. So I just thought it was just too late for it, but I definitely needed this movie. I did. Because I thought it was good that the guy finished his vision.
Finished vision of what he wanted.
Of,
and
what he
put
wanted
out
to
there.
do for, these 3 movies. And if he wants to do more, I'm so down for that now.
Yeah.
Give me more of it. Because it was great.
Well, since the original movie was, forgettable, I don't remember anything of it. I honestly don't even remember how it goes. All I know is I did enjoy the Snyder Cut a lot. And for sure, it wasn't a forgettable movie. There's a lot that happened in the movie that I actually have a lot of questions on. And I think it's a good sense of direction towards their future. I thought it was good. And it definitely puts you in a place where you want to see what happens. Especially the ending. It was so crazy. So
Oh, yeah.
definitely want to see what happens next.
Banana Lands.
Matt.
Yeah, so I guess we all kind of feel the same about it because I was very pleased with how this movie turned out, and like Johnny said, I was a huge hater of it, the whole idea, the whole redo concept, but it was literally a different movie, and it's just there were so many great things that that they gave us in this movie that I was just all about. I just want to see more. Drew was right when he told us last week. He was like, the ending kind of wants you to, makes you want to see more.
Yeah.
And dude, I want to see a Snyderverse. Just to go into it lightly, but yeah, I
Before
really liked it.
before I do want to see more, I do have a lot of questions though because I'm a little lost a little bit.
All right, so let's get
So-
into it.
Yeah. What's your question?
Okay. Martian Manhunter.
Green Boy.
Oh, spoiler alert! Just
Spoiler.
All right, we're getting into spoilers.
Spoiler
at this
alert.
point. We're getting into spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
not Martian Manhunter, but Martian Manhunter. So the scene where Lois and Mrs. Kent is talking, that wasn't her, right? That was Martian?
That was our Green Boy.
That was our Green Boy.
Okay, I want to clarify that. Now, he didn't help during this fight.
No.
So where does he come into play in this? Is he a part of the Justice League?
So, he was transformed as one of the Colonels. That like one Colonel that we saw in Man of Steel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was him that whole entire time. So I guess in a way he was helping, but he just didn't show himself yet.
So
and I think what he says to Batman, and honestly, if you're listening at this point, yes, we're gonna go through the whole movie. Spoiler alert. Skip ahead.
shall we?
Sorry, but what he says at the end of Batman, I think he seeing that the Earth's defenders kind of join
Are
as
like
one or
coming
something.
together
Yeah.
and like that he wants to be a part of it.
I think
like,
he wanted to see that first, and now he's gonna show himself.
Yeah, because I think before that, because I think he was just kind of like observing and was just kind of like, all right, so there's all these people that are like on this planet, but like, are they actually gonna like join forces and gonna like team up to defeat this greater threat?
Which is Darkseid, right?
Yeah, and they did. So now he's down for him.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I'm not a massive DC guy. Like I said on episode 0, not a massive DC guy. More of a Marvel guy. But I did want to know that because when he came out randomly, when he like shapeshifted from the mom to him, I was like, "Yo, what is Piccolo doing here, bro? Like, what? Like, and I don't know, like, what are his powers? Like, what does he do? Is he like psychic?
There's a lot of
He
powers.
Shapeshifts.
So he's like a scroll kind of, but like,
And
Lies,
he's kind of like
strong.
Vision in a sense too, because
Yeah.
he can phase through shit.
Yeah,
Like
face
he's
through
super
shit.
strong, and
Interesting.
then he can like extend his arms too. Like he can.
Yeah,
okay.
He's super strong.
but he's got kind of like this beast mode to where like he like turns back into like his
His like OG form.
OG form, like back on Mars, right, or
Yeah.
something, and then he
Mhm.
goes fucking crazy.
So, he's from Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
He's a
interesting.
Martian.
he's a Martian.
Martian man.
And
Manhunter.
so is he always a good guy in the comics, or is he kind of like a neutral, like I'll do what I have to kind of guy?
In the comics that I've read, he's always kind of been that good guy, but he's looking out for the greater good. And
Yeah.
if something's kind of
In the
like
way.
like he's not afraid to sacrifice things because he's a little more detached.
Okay.
But there's actually this one panel. I don't know the comic of it, but I think it was in the New 52 where like he's just like fighting Superman. So like he can go toe to toe with Superman. That's
Yeah.
how strong he is.
That's
Yeah, I
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing I had two other things, but one of them we're gonna obviously get into. But the other one it's kind of brief. So Steppenwolf and Darkseid are cousins.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
So who is Desaad? He's the like other figure, and then who's that random like Captain Grandma in the background?
It's like his advisor. That's this
Yeah.
Darkseid's advisor.
yeah.
Because obviously
Desaad, yeah.
Darkseid is like the the head.
So what
Yeah.
does Desaad and the old lady do? Like what do they do?
Alright, so like the old lady was like, that's kind of like the colonel of like his army type of thing.
Yeah, and then she's in charge of these like warriors that are all females and they're
Yeah.
badass. You
They're
have like
badasses.
what's their name? There's this other fool that's a
they're
part of
so
them too.
sick, yeah.
So with that whole thing, because Darkseid has a
Like the parademons?
yeah,
What's her
but
name
he
again?
but he's
Desaad, DE, and then SAAD.
No, the lady you were talking about.
Oh, I don't know, dude. Karen.
It was the one with the white hair.
she had
did have a
super
Karen
vibes.
haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
she did have a
she was
Karen
like, oh,
haircut.
boys,
Granny
like, watch
Goodness.
out,
She
she's
was
gonna
tall.
call.
Grady
She was like tall as
what is she?
Darkseid, right?
No, I think it was
She was shorter.
She was normal size.
No.
Also, Darkseid
Yeah, she
scared
was.
me a little bit.
Darkseid's big man.
Darkseid looks sick, and I love how they showed his eyes during that one flashback
Oh,
where it went
yeah.
because his laser
Oh, yeah.
beams, his
Yeah.
unibeams. No, laser beams, unibeams. Iron Man.
Yeah.
And how they like go like all crazy wherever he wants to.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty sick.
Darkseid, the people that he surrounds himself with are super strong. There's a
Yeah.
whole story behind it.
Yeah.
And it actually leads into one of my favorite storylines that DC has ever done, which was
Oh.
Darkseid Wars.
Darkseid.
Oh,
And
was-
I
I think I've
feel
seen
like-
those.
for the new 52.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel
Oh my
like-
God.
This is kind of where we might be going, because I don't think we're done seeing Darkseid, and I think the nightmare
For
sequence
sure, no.
might be a foreshadowing, just to kind of keep us on our toes with Superman, and express how important Lois Lane is to the whole story.
So the nightmare, let's get into that. The nightmare sequence was the end.
Yeah, that was when
Where-
he was asleep and he like wakes up and he's like, oh.
Because the nightmare sequence is where, where Joker was there, and
The way I picture the
or is that like the future?
Yo, Joker was dope in
It's
that.
supposed to be
kinda
the
scary.
future.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
supposed to be the future.
And the way I see it, like in terms of timeline, like the best way to describe it is it's probably closer to like where Infinity War is, like in terms of the timeline. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be like this far off event, not exactly like Age of Ultron, maybe Civil War, but more so like Infinity War. You know, because this is like leading to all that.
I see it similar as. Remember when Tony Stark had that dream when he's walking all over everyone's shit and he sees all of
Ultron.
his like
all of like the dead Avengers and stuff.
I think it's like a nightmare sequence like that to just kind of prep us and kind of get us in the mindset of what Batman is thinking and how he feels about seeing Darkseid and all this shit.
Because and then obviously Superman looked like an antagonist there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was that because Joker did the whole thing with Lois Lane?
No, I think it's a different thing.
So that's like a different
Timeline?
Timeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of like the Injustice timeline. Yeah.
Right?
But it might be something similar because like, if you
but I
notice-
had the same vibes though.
But
right?
then why would they be
Yeah.
working with Joker though?
Well,
Why
it's
would-
because, I mean, they need people. You know, they need strong people.
Dude,
Yeah,
what
so
he
you need
says
bodies.
to Joker,
Oh my god.
that dialogue between
That dialogue. Oh my
dude,
god. That was fucking amazing.
That whole dynamic of seeing Batman converse with Joker like that was insane.
Yeah.
And I also liked Jared Leto
Yeah.
as Joker, and
Yeah.
that whole vibe he was giving. Like, it wasn't all like trying to be gangster and
No,
weird
yeah,
and
right.
cringy and stuff.
Yeah.
His tattoos were gone
Yeah.
or covered or something.
Right. I thought he had like face tattoos in Suicide Squad.
He did. He had the
Yeah.
J, and then it said damage.
And then
or whatever.
damage on his
See,
forehead.
that's where the DCEU
Yeah.
loses me. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, just direct all these movies to make sure it stays within your vision.
Yeah.
But I think that Nightmare is just to kind of give us more insight of how Batman feels.
Because
That
that
makes
same
sense.
scene was in Justice League, but it was modified in the first one.
Mhm.
Remember when?
No,
or was it
in
BVS?
Batman vs Superman.
Oh, okay. Where he he's fighting all those people, and then
Yeah.
does he die in that? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, because he's in this tunnel and then Soups comes down.
That's
Or
right.
it's kind of like a prison thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
But can we also talk about how much I liked Cyborg and Flash?
oh my god.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
definitely.
They were
good.
good.
Great.
For those of you guys who didn't, watch the first one, go check it out because like I go into depth about it. We talk about it for sure. A little bit more. Well, I explain a little bit more, give a little bit more of a tease to it, but like they get into them, right? Like
Cyborg, yeah,
They
like
do.
just great stories.
They
Like,
get
it's
into
like
a lot.
if you give them the time, you give these characters the time to develop, people are gonna like them. And it's like, all right, so it took a 4-hour movie, but it's like maybe give them their own movie, like sooner than
That's
later, right?
Because I do agree with that. Give them time, but you got to give them the right time, and that's where obviously Marvel had us, because they individually gave everybody their time, and then they put them together.
Yeah.
We just kind of got this pile of shit in this big movie
Yeah.
from the first Justice League.
Yeah.
So, but seeing them in here was a lot different. Cyborg gotta be up there. Like,
oh, dude, he's
Cyborg
awesome.
was great.
gotta
He
be
was
up there.
awesome.
that like short sequence in which, of course, it's spoilers, but like where they show that he can even manipulate like little things like the bank system.
The money.
Oh,
do when he does that.
Dude,
And
yeah.
just,
Yeah,
like,
dude,
multiplies
he's
her
like
money.
basically like the
It's like
god
you-
of technology.
It's like you
Literally
just
got
won
technology.
like $100,000
Yeah.
for being a citizen, pretty much. Like it was some lottery thing, but
Yeah.
that just
Awesome
shows you
lottery,
how
yeah.
strong he is.
Yeah.
I loved what they did with Cyborg.
Also,
Yeah.
I love that they made Gotham City University play against actual Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
And it's like, what the, what the
Yeah,
hell?
no.
I actually didn't even notice that.
But also,
It was Wisconsin, yeah.
so like the cool thing that I thought about Cyborg was like every time he went into his like tech verse, then it like goes back to like Victor Stone.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
just kind of
Yeah, it's
walking
him
around
himself,
doing his
yeah.
thing.
yeah.
Cause I thought that was pretty cool.
I
Like
was-
the way they like gave gave us a peek into his like tech verse. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty sick the way they did that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like literally, Wonder Woman, she's great.
She's great, yeah.
She's always great. Gal Gadot, like, and Henry Cavill as Superman, great. Ben Affleck, I actually liked it more as like Batman in this one. Like I think you were right. He was more smooth and it just felt more natural. I don't know what Zack Snyder did with him, but I think the more dialogue that we saw him with, like I think we got to kind of
he had that like
feel him out more.
He had that definitely like general like feel where like he's bringing together a team, but he also had that like
common sense.
I also don't give a fuck about you kind of like feel where he's kind of like I'm Batman like.
Yeah,
and I really like that.
I'm gonna do this like either way.
Yeah,
like,
he had and like he did a lot of things just kind of like not by himself, but like you could tell he like was handling the situation by himself, and
for sure.
I thought that was really cool. Also, I like gotta love the ending where he's like, I bought the bank. Like that's such a good ending.
That's such like a Batman like thing to do.
So one thing
that Bruce Wayne thing to do.
I want to bring up is that like so you guys were very big or adamant on like voicing your opinions on the fact that like especially the Flash and the way he runs.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about Flash?
So,
what do you think about the way he runs? His powers.
Ooh, okay. I have a lot to say on Flash.
Yeah, same.
Probably just as much
I
as
have
I
a
did
tiny
with
bit.
Cyborg.
So you want me to just cover that real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I thought it was a lot better than the first one, but there is something still a little weirded out for me when he kind of does like the weird like movement with his arms. That's still a little weird, but it was a lot better than what it was, and but I thought it was a lot better for sure. Mm-hmm. Some of his comments too are a little like nerdy because that's his character,
right?
And sometimes it's a little like irking for me a little bit, but it's not like a big deal. But super major upgrade from the first movie, and like shout out to his ending scene. Like that was.
So I feel the same way. Like I think in the first one we got that full shot of him running, and it's just a bad visual.
That was like the only like kind of shot though, right? Of like just him doing like a
showing his legs,
a sprint, just a full sprint.
And don't get me wrong, like I feel like that was a really cute scene, like to see Superman and like and Flash like really race. But at the end of the day, it was like we didn't need it.
It was like we really didn't need it, and it's like why were they there?
I feel like it just hurt
what did
more
it do
than
for
it
the
did
movie?
help.
It did nothing. That's the thing. Like, so I think in the first Justice League, I know it was just a bad visual. Like if y'all want to go back to the end and just watch him running through the city, right? Like they just have him. It was just a bad visual. Yeah. So I think Zack Snyder did a better job of showing like the way he runs and his style.
Yeah, and his style though, but it's like every time he runs though, I feel like he's pulling himself like through like the through the Speed Force, I guess. Like he's like kind of like he's like grabbing himself through. He's grabbing himself through type of thing.
I guess I could see that because he did say before this movie that he was trying to go with a different style, and it's definitely different.
Very different.
That he was kind of doing his own take, but with like the nerdy kind of quirkiness of Barry Allen. With this movie, I felt more that's like, oh, he's like still like a rookie.
For sure.
I mean, he was the youngest of the team.
And then he was still that kind of like
he's
kid
also
of the
like
group,
naturally social awkward because he does tell Batman he's like, I need friends.
Yeah,
like that's like helps you realize that he doesn't know how to converse like all the other ones.
And especially when he's around all of them, like he still kind of feels like that kid of the group. He's always kind of just jumping around.
But that being said, though, like his two big parts, the first one when he reverses time to touch the mother block right at the moment it touches the water.
Yeah.
Like, that was huge.
That was sick.
And the second part, like, towards the finale, when he's running circles, and, like, you feel, like, his real maturity, and just, like, it's so weird, but you feel his emotion, like, when he gets shot,
like,
and he's
time
hurt.
To get serious.
When he's hurt, and he's like, I don't give a damn, like, I have to get this done.
When he heals. I like that they showed the heal factor. But actually, like, what I thought was better than that was when they all died and he reverses time back. That was crazy.
And I'm
so glad that they did that though, because it just showed how strong Flash is.
But like just the way that he went through the Speed Force too. Oh my god, injected into my veins. Oh my god, like just like
the visual too. He's
the
like
visual
like a galaxy, and
he's like going through the galaxy, but he's going through the Speed Force, and he's like going like back in time. And he like says something to his dad too.
That was perfect when his dad kind of goes over that, and like his like dad's voice comes through. No,
doesn't it? Yeah. Or no, it's because it comes through, but he
Quickly.
also like says like a quote from his dad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god,
I
it all
also
just tied in great.
I also liked how he was kind of talking us through what he was doing. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, make your own future.
Yeah.
Rewrite your own past. And then every step he's just doing
Yeah,
it
no,
and
and
he's
he's
going
like,
back.
and like there's like a path like being built.
Yeah.
Like
Just for
as
him.
he's going along, and like that was him creating the new path,
Not gonna
building
lie.
a new future. Is like, oh my god.
Once he started that, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, wait, was he just gonna like run super fast again, or like
Yeah.
what's he gonna do? And then when he started like stepping, and then the pavement started to come back, and buildings started to come back, and I was like, holy fuck, he's running back in time.
Well,
Yeah.
what really hit me on that scene was when you saw that Superman's like body structure came back, because I was like, wow, he
Yeah.
died again. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Like,
Everyone died.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then like it didn't occur to me that I was like Superman is obviously like the strongest out of all of them, and he was even just obliterated by this like thing, like nothing.
Yeah.
And then even you see like the skull of Cyborg kind of like come back and all
Mm-hmm.
that. I thought that was really cool. And then I really loved it when Superman came in and he like blocks the axe and he's like not impressed.
Oh, dude, that was so
Not
sick.
impressed. Yeah, I thought that was cool because you could tell he's kind of got that like swagger still. Of,
Oh
like,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
and then I also wanted to shout out Cyborg again, because that part where he goes inside the Nightcrawler and puts his like things in it
Oh,
and he
yeah.
controls
Yeah.
it, that was sick.
Dude, he
That
was
was
a major player in this movie, and I think it's rightfully so, because obviously we didn't know who he was, and it was good that Zack Snyder gave him all that screen time, gave us a story of him, and then I was like feeling with him once he would go back with his parents, once he lost his parents,
Yeah.
once he was in that scene where he's like, oh hey, like you can have this again, you're broken,
Mm-hmm.
and then he like goes back to his cyborg look and he's like, I'm not broken, and then he just tries to not let him synchronize or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The boxes.
The
And then
boxes, yeah.
One thing I want to talk about. So we've talked about Flash and Cyborg, how much they were developed, how much screen time they got, because they definitely got like
Shit
a
ton.
lot
Yeah,
of
shit
screen
ton.
time for sure. But I mean, Steppenwolf, like he got a ton of screen time,
screen
just as
time.
much. But in my opinion,
Was his voice
rightly
different?
so. Yes.
Yeah.
It might have been a little deeper. No,
I think it was the same actor, but it was like modulated. You know, where
Yeah.
it sounds like
Mhm.
real
Yeah.
Dude, Steppenwolf
Monster.
was a great villain.
Yeah.
He
felt
looked sick.
threatening.
Yeah,
looked sick.
felt
Yeah.
super threatening.
The
Yeah.
way his armor would just like click along the way,
Yeah.
just
And
like it was
so-
constantly moving.
And it would go into different kind of modes too.
Yeah.
Like it would go into a attack mode, and like then like
Once you
There'd
talking
be
to
a-
Darkseid,
a-
Darkseid.
Darkseid. But like
Darkseid.
there's like a
Battle
bunch
words.
of like little like things that would like come out from it, and like that would be like attack mode or some shit, and then it would
Yeah.
go into like a defense mode, and like it would like pop out like the bow and arrows and shit.
Well, okay, so real quick, Steppenwolf, because they don't really like cover too much like backstory on him because he's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
He owes a debt to Darkseid. What did he do wrong?
I think he fucked up trying to conquer a world. It wasn't with Earth, but I feel like they'll like go into it more, cause Earth to Darkseid is like conquering like 10,000 worlds, cause that's how important Earth is, and cause he lost like the first time he went there.
Yeah.
So
So
how did that world get
I'm
lost?
not sure what
though?
Steppenwolf did though.
Because that was like
I
the
don't
lost
know.
world that like apparently like Darkseid just never knew how to get back to
Yeah.
until Steppenwolf found it. And then, like, the Mother Boxes were, like, the main part of the movie until the end when they figure out that there's a what destroyer?
The anti-life
And
equation.
Atlantean.
Yeah.
What is that?
That thing, dude, is basically
Oh.
like the Infinity Gauntlet of
Yeah.
Okay.
DC.
So, but, like, what is it, though? Like, is it, like a spear or something? Or, like...
Doesn't like recreate life and create like matter, and it's obscenely OP, and that's why there's a whole war about it, and it's called Darkseid Wars, and like
Oh
they
my
go
God.
more into the anti-life equation, but I'm pretty sure it's just something that can destroy and create matter, which is just basically life.
That's pretty wild. So,
Dude, and then he wants to get his hands on that for some reason. I forgot the reason why though.
because obviously the Mother Boxes were, like, kind of like a focal point of what they were after until, like, literally the end. He was like, I don't give a fuck about them. Like, that's
Yeah.
there.
It is like that's there, so
Yeah.
that's why Earth is important, because the anti-life equation is on Steppenwolf. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been really
they
bad at
did.
words.
And he was a lot scarier. I think that was a big thing too. Is like making him scarier, making him more intimidating, making him more like gods.
Oh, because
yeah,
like I
man.
felt as though that his presence was like a lot more dominant. Like every time he came on screen, just fucking wrecked shit, man.
That's not the idea.
And like taking bodies left and right too, man. Like they were cutting people down in this movie.
Yeah,
actually.
he chopped that one dude in half.
Yeah,
and, like,
chopped that one dude in half,
I was like,
and then he tossed that guy on the rock.
Oh
It
yeah.
was on the beach.
Dude, see, once I first saw that it was like rated R, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
relax.
yeah.
Like, how's it gonna be rated R?
Yeah, people are gonna drop the F-bombs or something.
Yeah, it's
like that's
someone's
it.
gonna say fuck once.
Yeah.
well, you know what part I thought was like
Yeah.
crazy?
And
was
it's probably gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
the scene where Darkseid has his little like revelation, or no, I think it's not Darkseid. It's Cyborg has that like revelation of Darkseid killing everybody,
Mhm.
and he just spears Aquaman like through the chest, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that's wild. And then his little things go out and like smoke that one dude and shit. I was like, dude, that's sick. I think that was during when he's like trying to sink the mother box is trying to.
boxes, yeah. So
Yeah.
so that was the other thing that I wanted to touch on because Aquaman was great too. That guy Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
I love his whole getup with Aquaman, and I think it's great because if you watch the Aquaman movie, and that movie's really good. Plus his suit looks sick.
Still haven't seen that one.
Dude, I didn't want to watch it, but Johnny like made me. He was like, dude, come on, like let's just watch
Pretty
it.
cool.
And it's actually really good, dude. Like the fight scenes are sick. Black Manta.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
He's
Black
unre-
Manta looked great too.
Whoever did the
Straight out of the
costume-
Injustice game, huh?
Dude, whoever did
Oh
the
my God.
costumes for all those guys should get a freaking award.
Oh yeah, and,
Yeah.
and especially most of all Aquaman's because
How,
like it's
how
so
do you make Aquaman suit
comic
look cool?
accurate,
Yeah.
but
Oh
like
my god,
cool.
it's so sick, yeah.
Dude.
And he doesn't look skimpy. He doesn't look like a
No,
punk. Like
Yeah.
he looks fucking great in that movie.
He
Dude,
looks
Black
great.
Manta looks sick too with literally like the whole getup. Like he looked
Yeah.
like he was straight out of the
he
game.
could
Mhm.
fucking-
But
And the fights were
Dark
sick in that
Probably.
movie too.
No, for real.
Cause like from the
It's,
jump, cause
so-
like from the jump it was great. But what?
I mean, in case you guys haven't heard, like we were kind of like giggling a little bit, like little kids.
Yeah, I was like,
But it's
that's
because
not the
like
anti-life
I wanted to
equation.
Google the anti-life equation so that way I could accurately describe what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess somebody like went and just like fucked up the first couple of paragraphs of the anti-life equation, and so it says originally it is said to have existed in the mind of Billion Cum masturbator who took it to his death. Dark Cum continued to search for it and
Dark
recently
cum.
obtained the full formula of the cum.
So did somebody? Did
The
somebody
cum.
like? So is it kind of like a Wikipedia page where like people can go in?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh
It is a
my
Wikipedia.
God,
So somebody
dude.
just did that. But then if you keep going, it says the anti-life equation has the power to dominate the will of any sentient race, in addition to reality-altering powers that twist and distort freedom over life and death.
Jesus Christ.
So that's
Oh,
it's
cool.
essentially a power. It's not like
Yeah.
a thing, but it's like a kind of like
Yeah.
flying, like or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like a power.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But but the power of dark comes.
The power of dark cum.
That's
That's even better.
To obtain the cum.
The life source.
Okay.
Cum.
Oh my god.
But overall, like.
Overall,
I
it's
really
Different
liked
movie.
it, man.
Is it not a
Different
completely
movie.
different movie?
Oh yeah.
I loved
Oh,
it. Dude.
Completely
But
different.
like same storyline,
Yeah.
but different movie.
See, but what
Yeah,
I want to see
different.
now is okay. So, you know how Drew said it last week, and it's accurate. Where it's like it takes you to a place where, at the ending, you want to say, okay, I want to go there.
Yeah.
Before I go there, I want to learn more about Flash, Cyborg. I need individual things.
Dude, that's what I'm hoping. So now we're past like the whole movie and what
Yeah.
we thought of it. So now like I want to see what you want. I want a solo
Yeah.
Flash movie.
We essentially
I want a
have
solo Cyborg movie.
we have the platform, and then we kind of have like the roof.
Yeah.
Now I need the ladder. Like I need something in
Yeah,
between there
yeah,
to
and
get
it's-
me there.
Yeah, because I know Justice League 2 was originally, when this all first came out, Zack Snyder said that there were supposed to be like around 8 movies.
Mhm.
And there's a combination of solo movies, and the last one was going to be Justice League Part 1 and Justice League Part 2
Yeah.
of the second Justice League, and I think it was going to be Darkseid something.
Yeah. Oh.
But but I am really
Dark
hoping that we get like, and I hate that I'm saying this because I was like the biggest Zack Snyder hater.
I know.
It
Yeah.
was 5% of my personality to the
Uh-huh.
point where I was just so against this.
We would go into comment sections.
Yeah.
And then talk trash to like these DC
He's
fanboys.
like, no, it's over. Reboot.
They would bully
like,
kids.
It's over.
They would bully them.
Yeah.
This cut is a dream.
Yeah.
It'll never happen.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen.
But now we have more because now Superman is signed to 3 more movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that flag.
I think this Snyderverse is going to be bigger, but I think this is the one thing what I hope to happen is Batman gets like 2 movies, and I want to see his last Robin that dies before that nightmare sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Flash has to have 1 solo movie and 1 movie after the last Justice League to be a Flashpoint.
Okay, wait here. So check out this.
Oh, wow.
What if they did like a 6-episode series of Batman with a little bit of Deathstroke?
That'd be sick.
Get the Court of Owls involved.
I forgot that
how
Deathstroke was
sick
in
was
it.
Deathstroke?
Oh,
that's such a waste if they don't do anything
amazing.
with it.
Yeah, no. So that's why I'm saying.
Forgot
It's
about
like,
he's in now.
It's like,
Yeah.
give
He's
us like
back in.
a 6-episode series, and then we'll get to see a lot of Deathstroke.
I'd be down with that.
Like, give us like a Robin or something.
Yeah.
Like, definitely Joker.
Basically,
Because I want to see more of
basically
this
what Disney
Jared
Plus
Leto
is
Joker.
doing with Captain America.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't believe Jared Leto at first when he was like, "There's so much more that like wasn't there," blah blah. And you're kind of like, "But how much more could have
It's
saved
like,
this?"
sure,
But when you see like the
Yeah.
restructure of it, you're kind of like, oh, "Okay, I get where you're coming from." Because at the time, there was a lot of stuff not to take seriously
with how
because
bad it was.
Yeah.
Dude.
and
Yeah.
how Suicide Squad came out, how Justice League came out, like it was just it made a trickle down effect for me personally because it just veered me away from watching anything else. I didn't watch
Same.
Aquaman. I didn't watch whatever else came after that.
Same.
But what were you gonna say, Nicole? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So I was actually gonna come up with like kind of a hot topic, but like, so say we finally get to that point
Sponsor
of
us, hot
like,
topic.
of
Sponsor
like,
us now. Give us Funkos.
we're at the ending. It's the apocalypse, you know,
Right.
where we see like Batman and with Joker, we see everything's desert, everything's messed
Mira,
up,
I think was there, right?
right?
Oh,
Yeah, and
that was
then
a
with
great
Flash,
little
with old Flash.
team that was assembled there,
Flash.
too.
Yeah, with
She's a
the
rocket
and then the
ship,
armor
but
flash.
with
Yeah.
the armor Flash.
She's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
But okay, say we have this whole movie, but the whole entirety of the movie is this like them surviving, them beating whatever it may be, but then they lose, and right before they're about to completely lose, Flash goes boop, and then that's it, and then like we see the credits,
Oh.
and the next movie is entirely Flashpoint, is entirely
that.
all of that.
Yes.
See, that's
give
the
me
thing.
that.
Flash.
Give me that,
Flash should
please.
have
Please and thank
a
you.
quick solo movie that is gonna happen in 2022 because they're gonna start
Mm-hmm.
filming. I think in a couple months.
Yeah.
That has to happen, and then after the last DC like Zack Snyder, because he's supposedly signed on to do another Justice League movie, but they're not like finalizing on contract stuff yet. But so once that gets done, I think Flash has to happen after the next Justice League movie, because that Flashpoint is gonna
You
reset.
talking about the Flash Point has that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like it should be a whole movie though.
Yeah.
Like basically the way
Yeah, that's
Spider-Man came after Endgame there. So like that's when I think Flash should happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a lot of direction now, and including they might like throw because not to mention like they have this going on for them now, so they have a lot of work to do, as well as like I said, Joker and Earth 2 Batman is coming out, so I don't know if maybe we'll get a bridge somewhere in there.
Maybe, yeah.
If we'll get some kind of because I mean that Batman looks pretty cool, and I love.
I like that vibe. Like I like
Yeah.
the whole detective vibe.
I also
Oh,
love
yeah,
how
I know,
it's like
yeah,
Batman
yeah, it's
doesn't
gonna be
kill
great.
people, but he just puts them in hospitals for the rest of their
Yeah.
life because he's like, "Who are you?" And he just
Yeah.
and then he puts him on the floor, and then he's like,
Just comboed his ass up and then just ground and pound.
Yeah. It's like that
And
guy's
then-
totally not gonna be
Yeah.
bound to a hospital bed for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I know.
"Have you seen that meme? Where it's like
Crippled him.
it's like a Batman, I don't kill people, and it's like also Batman. It's like that little kid sleeping, but he's all like fucked up.
So I have 2 final questions in terms of Justice League because we've already kind of
Yeah.
covered everything.
And
So the first one,
Dark
before I get into the last one, would you guys, after seeing the movie, after seeing the first one, would you guys consider yourselves supporters of that movement where everyone's like, let's see the Snyderverse, let's see the Snyderverse? Would you guys? especially for somebody who is a hater.
Okay,
Snyder.
I'm in support of.
Give me all of it.
I'm in
Give me
support
the
of.
universe.
I'm in
Wait.
support of the new direction. I still won't be in support of what happened. Like, because I feel as though the reason why a lot of us had friction was because of what had already happened with Suicide Squad, Justice League. So that's why we didn't care about this.
Exactly.
But we didn't know that the Snyder Cut was going to be a whole new burn and go. Like it was a whole. They were given money and they.
I don't think that was explained very well of what the Snyder Cut was. Like,
See, I thought the Snyder Cut was there was just missing footage that they hadn't put in the new one.
that's exactly
It
what
wasn't like
I
a change.
Or no, and then they were putting out a bunch of like different, like I think there were concepts of like
Dude,
or
Darkholm wasn't even
it was
in that
like
one.
him himself was like putting out. Because like
This is a pro
first he was
Darkholm
putting
podcast.
out like these like different like type of concepts of like it's like I was planning to do this but then I couldn't, or like it's like I wanted to do this but then I didn't, and like then I was just kind of taking it as like because like you could have but you didn't, and it's like but they didn't give us like the entire backstory of like what was really going on, and then
And also we
like,
didn't know
they
that
gave us the whole thing.
why he jumped off. We didn't know that his daughter got cancer. We just thought that it was a dumpster fire and he ditched it.
I think that he kept that private until like a year after the movie came out,
rightfully
and then
so.
that's when all this other bullshit came out.
Which is fair.
Dude, Joss Whedon's apparently a piece of shit, and
I
I
know,
believe it.
Apparently, he even told Gal Gadot something too, like a rumor where he was like,
don't touch her.
Dude, he said something like, because she said she had like a line in like the original Justice League or something that she was supposed to say, and she didn't want to say it because she just thought it was dumb, or like she didn't appreciate it. And then he said something like I own you, or like I can end your career, or whatever.
And I can make you sound dumb.
My God.
I can make you sound dumb. Yeah.
What's his name? Ray Fisher?
Yeah.
The one that played Cyborg?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's been unloaded.
That guy's got massive beef
ammo,
with
dude.
Josh Whedon.
Yeah, he's
massive.
and rightfully so, because dude,
that guy's a great actor.
His entire movie was cut.
Oh yeah.
Ray Fisher's movie was
Yeah.
gone. We didn't see Ray Fisher's movie until Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
So I
That's
mean, it's
true.
only fair that he was upset. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
more than fair. Honestly.
And they supposedly tried to treat him as like a cameo, and also give him cameo pay.
Yeah.
That's why they limited his screen time to what it was in the first one.
Yeah.
Right? Like once we all felt like, oh, Cyborg, okay, he's had a bad past, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess he's strong. I don't know. Maybe
Played football.
He played football, but that's all.
No,
we know.
and like then he beat an actual college team apparently.
And
but that's all we
one
know.
thing I can appreciate too is the fact that like at least Snyder had the vision to be like, because I feel like Joss Whedon, his whole thing was like, oh, people love Superman, people love Wonder Woman, people love Batman, more of that, you know, but like Zack Snyder had the courage to look back and be like, hey, Cyborg has a good story, Flash has a good story, let's focus on them, let's put the light on them for a while, and let's see where this goes.
And
that's
a great point. And I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it right now, because WB's been doing that, like just with DC titles.
Right. Yeah.
They give us DC titles and then they're like, oh, Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Joker, what?
Yeah.
And like they just take those and like it's shit. It's just the title.
Yeah.
And like there was no like development. Like there was no substance.
All they do is try to use their names, because DC has bigger names than Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A-list.
They just
A-list
use
Justice
their
League,
names
just
to sell their movies. No content, no base, nothing.
Yeah.
But like this
first cut of Justice
movie,
League. Ooh, Justice League.
Yeah, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. We already know they're great. We all love them. Let's see
let's
the
give the
other
spotlight
guys.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then but I mean, clearly it worked.
And that was, and I think that's why they had such a hard time in progressing, because whereas Marvel didn't have the big names, they knew they had to develop, and they came out with probably the best franchise we will ever have in Marvel in movie history. I think
in movie history,
and
no one's ever gonna touch the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
No way.
Excuse me, but the Avatar series is coming.
Harry Potter,
James Cameron,
Star Wars.
James Cameron Avatar series will be coming out.
No, but
we have to re-release that movie again because
Yeah.
I needed to
Endgame.
pass Avatar.
But-
I needed to pass.
I know.
I was like,
yeah.
give me some random
Yeah.
re-release.
I will go
Just
10
Let it
times.
go, James
Yeah.
Cameron. It's over.
I
Yeah.
know.
And then Zoe Saldana's like, I'm in both, so I don't care.
Yeah, he's like,
Zoe
I
Saldana's
think
like,
I'm getting royalties still.
dude, but like
Zoe
I
Saldana?
said, that they didn't have Marvel didn't have these A-list characters. Iron Man, like he was a thing, but he wasn't. The big name for Marvel was
Captain
Spider-Man
Well, Spider-Man and
Spider-Man.
Captain America.
and
Captain
Captain America, but
I wouldn't even say Captain
I wouldn't even say
America.
Cap
Like,
either.
At the time when it came out, dude, Captain America
I mean,
was on
Iron
the
Man
low.
even
You have to
less.
look at the
Iron Man
box
even
office.
less.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the box office numbers for first
But then-
Avenger.
but
and
then-
you're like,
yeah.
what?
But then
Yeah.
go back and watch the first Captain America, and you're like,
Oh,
this
that's
is
a great movie.
good.
That's,
Yeah.
And then watch the second
You're like,
one, and you'll
thank you.
realize, dude,
Literally
the
not
second one is
wrong.
probably one of the best
Nani?
movies ever.
that's
And where I think DC, I think DC heard like a little knock. You know, they heard knock like footsteps coming, and they're like, "We'll do this." But we're DC, so we can just already do this. And when
Yeah.
they did that, people were like, "Yo, what is this? We don't want you to be exactly like Marvel, but we need you to take it as serious as well.
Yeah,
We
and
can't have
that's the thing that I kind of accepted at the end of Justice League. It's like, whoa, this is a different vibe. This is kind of a
it's
different
totally
vision
different." Yeah.
of Barry Allen, of Batman, and I'm down with it. And I
Yeah.
want to see like this vision filled out. Like I need to go to the finish line with this whole verse.
Yeah, and like that's what I was kind of thinking towards like the end of the movie of like, all right, this isn't exactly like the comics, but that's okay because there's the multiverse, and they said it once in the movie.
Yeah.
And
Marvel doesn't do anything really by the comics. They
Yeah.
follow the
yeah, it's
foundation
based on stuff.
of
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
it's based on storylines.
They're
Yeah.
picking and choosing,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing, you know.
yeah,
Like,
and,
Yeah.
and it kind of
Playing
keeps
it smart.
everyone guessing that like knows the comics.
And the producers were just masters at it. Like
Yeah.
Feige, Russo's
Well,
there.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, since we're related on the topic, we're getting into Marvel territory.
Yeah.
Let me ask my last question, and then we can jump into Marvel territory, which
Yeah.
is our next
Falcon,
subject.
yeah.
So, final answer. We asked this at Kong. We'll probably ask this about every movie we end up talking about. I also kind of want to bring up this idea, you know, for future reference. But like, I want this to be a weekly thing. We all come up with a movie. Everybody watch for the week. We'll all come back, talk about it, and then we can do a
Ooh,
review
I like
at the
that.
end.
Yeah.
Whatever movie, somebody
Yeah.
every week we can swap.
Mhm.
Because I picked Justice League. This was my first pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next we can just go like whoever wants to go next, but make sure at least like through the month, all of us get a pick.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
then we'll just reset when we go over. But okay, so having said that, we've watched Justice League now. Let's hear the reviews. What do you guys? We've seen it one time completely.
Well, here I'll
What do you guys-
go
what do you feel
first
about
here. Really quick off the bat, I'm gonna give it a rookie score. 9.0. I thought it was great, and
You're a
I
rookie.
thought it was a good
Mhm.
score for a movie to kind of
Bounce
give
back.
give a brand life. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's what it did for me.
Brought
and,
it back
and,
to life. It
and
was
I'm
dead.
wanting to like read the comics again. So that's why it's that high for me because I liked it a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay.
John?
Little bit of a veteran score compared to Matt's. I'm gonna go, or well, first I'm gonna tell you the way I felt about it, but like, really liked it a lot, and like I'm on the same boat with Matt of like it kind of like really like brought it back to life, like just DC, like, cause like I'm down for the comics again, cause like they have great comics, and like. I was down for them before, but then like they did such a bad job with the first Justice League, and I was like, no. And like I'm down for all the games that's coming out too. But so for my score, it would be 9.1.
Dang, you're in the nines too. Okay,
Yeah.
down boy.
Like a 3.
Get the fuck out.
No, I think I thought it was good. It definitely like did a lot more justice than say the ninth episode did for Star Wars. Like when that was kind of like a cleanup duty, I feel as though this did more than that.
Yeah, because they just revamped it.
I still want to see more, for sure. I'm not gonna go as high as you guys, cause that is high as shit. What did I give Kong, an 8.2? I'm gonna give this one an 8.1.
Okay.
I'll go 8.1.
Okay.
And then for me personally, I didn't give a rating last time, so I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
give one this time. I'll start off. For me personally, it was an 8.7.
Ooh.
and because like it righted so many wrongs.
Oh yeah.
It fixed so much.
Yeah.
While fixing, it told its own story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As opposed to Star Wars. Star Wars felt like it was all fixing, than it was story.
Yeah.
You know, it was just real. The complete thing was just a cleanup detail.
Yeah.
And as opposed to this one,
This is a burn.
it was a whole movie. You know, and
'cause
so
it was like doing two birds with one stone. It was
Exactly.
like
And
Which I feel
picking
like
up the mess, but
that-
also developing.
that should have been explained better.
Yeah.
And I
It
think I
could
would
have
have been
been.
more
It could have
hyped
been.
about this
Yeah,
movie
it could have
because
been.
I wasn't hyped
Yeah.
at all.
And so,
I didn't watch it
so that being said,
it
the
came out.
the last movie was not only like dead in the water, it was like at the ocean's floor. You know, it was so far gone. It was so hated, and it was
It
so
turned us all off.
completely.
It turned me off.
It
And I'm a
left
huge
such an
DC fan.
disgusting like taste in every fan's mouth. Like
Rather watch Dark
everybody.
Knight.
I've never heard anybody say a good thing about that movie. You know, that
Yeah.
genuinely likes it.
Yeah, for real.
But at the
think
end of
so,
the
yeah.
day, this
Nothing.
movie was fucking fantastic.
It was great. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
what Justice League needed, and it opens the door. Like I said in the first podcast, it opens the door for so many possibilities. There's so many different things that could lead from here. So many good things, so many good opportunities, and I hope that they don't squander it. This is such a
Yeah.
huge chance
Yeah.
for DC to join the Starlight with Marvel.
Yeah.
Not, crash against each other, but join
But
it.
like do its
Join-
own
yeah.
thing though too.
Exactly.
Be
That's
up
what I
there.
mean by
Yeah.
join it, because
Yeah.
like you don't want to mirror Marvel. Like
Yeah,
we already
no.
have Marvel.
Yeah,
Why do we
like-
want more of that? Like, or
This is
again.
just getting them on the podium now. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
Like just be on the same
and,
podium. at
and
least.
like I want to see DC with the podium finish. You
Yeah,
know, like I don't hate
absolutely.
DC. I love the properties. I love the heroes. I love the storylines. I love everything about it.
Yeah.
But I hate where a lot of the movies have just been. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just so much
Forgettable.
promising, and it's just there's nothing from them.
They've
And that's what I want
they've-
from this.
been all title, but
Just no
zero
meat.
substance.
And
Exactly.
that's what that trickle down effect comes in, because then the good movies that come out get a bad rep too, because nobody wants to see them.
Exactly.
I didn't, like I said, I never watched Aquaman. Hats off to Wonder Woman, because I actually think during a time when Marvel was relevant, not relevant, relevant and just like massive, I still think the best movie that year was Wonder Woman.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that it had nothing to show for after that is so disappointing. So this is a big step
For sure.
towards their I'll say their university, towards their
Universe.
universe. There you go.
And I have a lot of hope, and
Same.
I'm telling you, I want to
Yeah.
just, I hope they don't squander this.
Yeah,
There's
because
so much
this
potential.
film
Yeah.
so much.
like teed up a lot.
Absolutely.
Teed up a great future,
Mhm.
and that's what the seventh movie for Star Wars
Star Wars
did.
did. Let's
For the
hope
new
we don't-
trilogy.
Let's hope we don't go through it again, boys.
Yeah,
Once is enough, okay?
I don't want to go through that again. That's all I'm saying.
But Drew, score.
But yeah, it's a 8.7.
8.7.
Oh, yeah,
that's right,
yeah.
The first one.
Yeah,
But
8.7.
all right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that
Yep.
because that was like our big topic of the podcast. This one.
Sure.
Yeah.
But next we want to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
Where it's at. We're 4 episodes in, I should say.
Out of 6.
Out of 6, we
not enough.
before recording the podcast, we have all sat down and saw the mid-season trailer. Yeah, exactly. So let's. I'm curious from Dom. Where are we at? How do you feel about the mid-season trailer?
Well, the mid-season trailer, just that. Okay, the mid-season trailer is okay. So one thing that I know from Marvel is that in a lot of their trailers, there's a lot of tweaking that happens. They make things look like one thing and then it turns into another. So I don't know. Like I don't know. I really don't. We get the vibe that John Walker is gonna throw some blows with Bucky and Falcon. I have no idea because based on what happened in the last episode, but I thought in these next 2 episodes, they're gonna be juicy for sure. They're gonna be
for sure.
juicy.
Oh,
And then, by the way, spoiler alert: if you haven't seen this last episode, go ahead and watch that.
And if you
Because
haven't, you're
we're
a
gonna
bot.
go right into it.
Yeah.
So either skip ahead or pause.
And if you haven't, you're a bot. So
Yeah.
You're a bot. You're freer than public restroom.
Dog
Dog
water.
Do you, one thing I do really like though. Okay, so I want to talk about the show. One thing I do like is that in the beginning when we saw John Walker,
yeah,
he seems cool. He
he's
seems
a
like a
good
nice
guy.
guy.
Like he's
yeah.
a good guy.
He seems like a good.
He's not
guy.
Cap,
He
but he's
seems-
a
I wanna
good
say
guy.
that.
It seems like his heart's in the right place.
And it seems
Well,
I
he
like
jumped on 3 grenades, so it is.
I like that the show is like slowly
Murder
leading
guy.
him and leading him exactly to that. Like
It's
we're
turning him
slowly
out.
twisting him.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
like it a lot.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a pretty cool spin that they did that to like such a likable guy who's done all this stuff. He's got all these awards.
3 Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Like...
And he wants to be good so bad that he's becoming more bad than he is good.
Yeah.
Which is like, whoa, all right.
Well, that's where that famous quote comes in. Where it's like
Zemo, right?
Well, Zemo, but I'm not getting into DC or anything. But remember the quote: "You either die a hero, or you live long enough to become a villain." That's where.
But, I mean, and that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying about Zemo, because there's a line that Zemo says that he's like, eventually all this power turns good people bad, and then Bucky retorts with, "What about Cap? You know, what about him?"
But you never
like,
seen another one like him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he says.
You've never seen another Cap.
Go back to the first Avenger of Captain America. The Doctor tells Cap of like, all right, so like, basically what this serum does, it's like if it's, because it's gonna be like, all right, if you're good, it's gonna make you great. Yeah. But if you're bad, it's gonna make you evil.
It amplifies whatever is inside of you.
Yeah, power does that.
And and it's weird though, because but I don't see John Walker as a bad guy turning evil. I just feel as though, kind of like the whole, like going back to Civil War or even The Dark Knight. You know how the Joker took somebody and he turned someone bad. So Zemo took a good group and he kind of turned them against each other. I think that's exactly what's happening again, just in like a faster repetition. Especially after him losing.
But except it's not Zemo doing it though.
It's not. No. That's why I said it's Civil War.
Oh, all right. Well, but in this last episode, it's just him wanting to be like great so bad.
Yeah. And he's just the biggest problem too is that like you put him on that. First of all, he doesn't have serum at first, so he can't do the same things Cap can do. Which I gotta give him props. Like I thought he did at first because he was throwing that shield around. I was like,
he was chucking that shield.
This dude's got serum.
And it's weird. Well,
that's got a little extra zip.
The way they describe it, he's just like an elite athlete. Yeah, in every aspect. Yeah, he's like above and beyond, like more than the average human for sure.
Yeah. No, and it's like it's cool because like they tell you that, and then he goes into these fights. And then he gets his shit rocked. Yeah. And like he keeps losing, and he gets pissed.
Because he's like, damn, the Wakandans. He was like, they didn't even have serum.
Yeah, that was just like, I just kind of felt bad for him. I was like, I was like, damn, dude.
I loved it though. That was sick. It was like, you deserved it, kid. Sorry, but like,
yo, they came in and kicked ass.
Oh yeah, they beat some ass.
And then what's his name? Nick sent me a meme where it has Bucky. And his arm is off, and it's Buzz Lightyear with his arm off, and he's just like there. And he's like, you can't tell me this isn't the same person.
But so in the first podcast, you guys also mentioned how it feels like a longer version of Winter Soldier, and I absolutely agree. It feels, now that I've seen it and caught up, it is basically Winter Soldier in like episodic form, and on top of that, it doesn't feel like a show. It straight up feels like a movie.
It feels like
last week once I called it a movie, I was like, oh wait, no, it's actually a show. But every episode feels like a movie.
Let's keep in mind, by the way, Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're like B, maybe C-list characters, and they have their own TV show.
Yeah.
They're not A-list guys.
That's the writing. That's what we talked about, because DC's got all these A-listers and Marvel is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's the Marvel effect, though. That's the Marvel effect of like that's what they do. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. People didn't know the fuck they were.
After I saw the movie,
I didn't know who they were. It's like, oh shit, these guys are sick.
I do say though, like where I'm at right now, I love it, and it's a crazy change of pace, and they're doing it right because, like I said, when we watch WandaVision, you get a big like information, kind of like mental.
It was super dialogue.
Yeah,
based.
Dialogue based.
Kind of like
it's like a bridge to set up what's coming next.
Yeah. It was more of a prelude.
Yeah.
And whoever was creating Falcon and Winter Soldier said, "All right, you guys got your mental like food. Time for your like physicality to kick in, and then you watch it.
Like time to see some cool stuff.
Yeah. I absolutely love it, and the technology between them and how like I want to see more with Falcon and his like drone and stuff like that. And
I also love the way Falcon fights with his wings.
Oh yeah,
and the best
lines people
in like close combat. Yeah.
And the best part is that he doesn't have serum, so like he's trying to keep up with these people that are like more advanced than him, like physical wise. So I absolutely love that, and because I think what is John Walker says something to him where he's like, you never fought anybody with serum, and like Bucky's like, he's fought worse, and I'm like, yeah, Thanos and all that, like he literally took those. So I was like, yeah, this is not a cakewalk for him because obviously there's a problem, but this is definitely something that Bucky and Falcon have more control over than John did.
Yeah,
and he's kind of losing.
Dude, but it really pissed me off when John Walker just stormed in when Sam
talked her down.
Was
Yeah.
like talking her down. So, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was doing it great, and then when he got to that point, I was like, man, all right, she's like chilled out. Boom!
Yeah.
Freaking Captain Dumbass comes in and messes up the whole thing and turns it into a whole shitstorm.
Yeah, and he like gets all official too. He's like, he just like comes in with his like big boy pants, like, pardon me, miss, come with us now. And it's like, you think she's gonna actually do that?
It's like,
yeah,
she's got the super serum.
She
It's
just
like, you're gonna pick up her hand?
She just killed a bunch of people, and he's like, "Hey, you're under arrest." And she's like, "No." Like,
Come with us,
like,
please.
It's like, no.
No.
Yeah.
No, and then
I'm out, see you later.
Zemo, dude, something about Zemo, he's got this weird like maniacal swagger on him.
He has some swagger.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
does.
also a fucking weasel.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's king of the
that's-
rats. He's king of the rats.
Yeah.
for
He
sure.
is king of the rats.
He is-
But he's got some drip though with that coat.
I know.
Oh,
And
dude,
the turtleneck?
super drip.
He's starting to reach levels of like Loki in terms of like his mischief and his like
Yeah.
cunning
Just
and
kinda-
just like smart though. He's
Yeah.
real smart and clever.
Yeah.
He's always
And he's-
knowing like what is going on and
Yeah.
what's
And what
the
to
next
do.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was like so like that's like a common thing, I guess, trying to use like a former evil to help you out or something. But there's something about him where you hate him, but like low key you don't. Like you kind of like there's something about him where you're like, okay, he's got this like weird swagger to him that's cool. And obviously you hope that I don't know what's gonna happen to him because I don't know if Wakanda's gonna take him. I don't know if like he's gonna become like this.
Wait, so did y'all think that he was gonna take a serum for himself there once he was like looking at him?
No.
I thought
I
he
think we're
was
just gonna delete him.
For
destroy
like
him.
a split second, like I thought I was like, yo, he's gonna
And
stuff
then-
one of those in his pocket.
I love it when John beams him with the shield and
And
then
just rips at his forehead.
dude, and then like he's just like on the couch like the next scene with like a thing on his head.
And he
Yeah.
just slips out
yeah.
once they're all fighting.
Oh yeah. Oh, also I have to shout this out. I think so far this is one of the best scenes in the whole series. But seeing Bucky be free of his Hydra works was amazing in my opinion. Where at the very beginning she's saying the words that trigger him to turn into the Winter Soldier,
yeah.
and you see him like struggling, like and he starts crying, and she's like, "You're free, and he's crying." I think best scene so far.
Yeah, that was
But that really set this like emotional tone where you watch and you're like, dude, you gotta feel bad for Bucky.
dude.
Like you got it.
I mean, but you also see how much growth he's gone through to reach the point that he was
Yeah.
at, and it's nice because we never saw that in like Endgame, and when
No, yeah,
Infinity War, like
you
we
just
never
kind of
saw
know
him
that
just
he's like
the White Wolf. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, he just appears as a White Wolf.
Yeah.
But now we know how he became the White Wolf, which is so cool.
which is awesome.
And he knows so many languages, which is so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
I've always
that's
loved
sick.
that how he's just popping out like a different language everywhere he goes.
And then, do you think
Yeah.
that Asian girl in the beginning is gonna come back in, like the one that he went on a date with?
I kind of hope so.
I don't think so.
I ship
Man.
them hard, so I'm.
Dude, but
Do-
how about that one
Do I
scene
ship
with
them? I don't think so.
Are you
But-
shipping Bucky and Sharon? Karen?
Yes.
What's her name?
Sharon
Sharon.
Carter.
Sharon Carter? She's a
Yeah.
badass.
She is a badass.
Killed a lot of
Dude,
people.
but how about that beginning scene with the old man and his son?
Oh,
That
yeah.
Winter
was-
Soldier has.
Yeah.
You know.
That was so sad.
That was so sick.
So,
Do
such
you
a
all
good
think
twist.
that this
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
probably
it
the
was a good
best episode so far?
I think this one, in terms of like where it's going, and
Yeah.
especially with the beginning, like
And
the
the ending.
beginning had such an
Yeah.
emotional set to it that like it gets you invested.
And the ending with John Walker,
too,
like,
because you go from like this very sad, emotional at the beginning to like action and everything to like a very dark like ending.
Oh,
And
yeah,
especially
I know.
that's still with like the shield and it's bloodied up.
Yeah.
That's something that Cap never did.
That was
Yeah.
bananas, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And then
But
everyone
also,
had their
like-
phones out. That was just a bad visual,
Yeah,
man.
I
Bad
know.
visual.
Yeah.
Who do you think
Oh,
you
No,
are?
That was a
and
tough look.
because it took a couple shots though, dude. It
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
wasn't one.
No,
Boom,
yeah, it was
boom.
more.
But
Yeah.
also that like Battlestar guy got absolutely clocked.
Oh,
Lamar,
no.
yeah. And
Lamar.
like he comes in
I was
and
kind of down for that guy.
Yeah, I was
Dumb-
too, 'cause-
But like
dumb name,
Dumb-
Battlestar,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
expected because
yeah,
that's
dumbass name, but like.
but I felt
cool
like
guy.
he like kind of kept what's his nuts like kind of cool and
John Walker in
and,
check.
and that even
Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
like
kinda
he,
kept
like
him
he
in
was just
check.
kind of like dude chill out like
and
Yeah.
even like when Walker's kind of getting ahead,
That was like
he's
his whole back guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like Walker, he's like wait, like if he can talk her down, like it's worth a shot. And Walker's like fine, I'll listen to Lamar. Like you could tell that was like Walker's like right hand man. And
That
once
was
he
his
was
whole
gone,
back guy.
yeah
Yeah.
I was like,
his whole
tug
back
me
guy.
by the shirt. I'm not gonna go like past the sideline.
And once Lamar was out of the equation, you could tell something snapped in John. And I don't know if it was because of like maybe the serum too, because I feel as though John probably
Do
lost a
you
lot
think
of
he would have
people.
snapped that hard without the serum? I don't think he would.
I think he would have probably broken down more or less. But with the serum, I think it gave him this kind of extra oomph that like I can do more than just sit here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what made him kind of, maybe it was messing around with him, like genetically, kind of like making him like angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
Because even the Most Elite Death Squad, that was the original super soldiers that they were gonna kill in Civil War. When they took the serum, they were even like angry too. Like they were always killing like the doctors and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
And I think so far they're just hitting it on the nail, like always. And these
I
next
can't wait for next week.
these
dude.
next two
Or this week.
this Friday,
This Friday.
something's happening.
I feel like there's so much in the show that they have going on, and it's like so many good things, but at the same time so many interesting things. Like I like Madripoor. I like that they built this whole city of like
dude, that's sick.
villainy and like
Like
scoundrels.
it kind of feels like a European Gotham.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
feels like Amsterdam, but like turned up to 10.
No, for real.
It's so cool. I like what's his name? I had his name here like literally a second ago. His name is
Power Broker?
Power Broker. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what
Who's
I was
that
looking
guy?
at.
He's the guy that had the serum,
He's like
I think.
who's that big guy that Spider-Man fights?
Kingpin.
Kingpin. He's like the Kingpin of
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
the Power Broker. He's just like this big kind of monster kind of guy.
Yeah.
In Madripoor, which that's really cool. I like that they're setting him up. He's like a big thing in Marvel.
And she's like
Yeah.
threatening. He's threatening her, Carly.
And speaking of Carly, there's a line that like I was like just scrolling through Reddit the other day, and it's a really cool parallel that somebody pointed up against. Is that there's a scene, I think it was in Age of Ultron, with Cap, and he says, like they're like debating on Wanda Maximoff, and they're very much like, she's too dangerous. We can't trust her, whatever. And one thing Cap like lays down the line is he says she's just a kid.
She's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know, and this is something we see Falcon say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After this whole thing about like John wants to take her down, and he's like, we have to kill her. Like she's become a supremacist. She's too dangerous.
That was in-
and Falcon says she's just a kid.
That was in a Civil War where she goes, we have Iron Man. His Cap's about to sign, and he goes, yeah, we have Wanda in a secured like area, blah blah. And she's like, and he gets pissed, and he's like, we don't give visas to weapons of mass destruction. And that's when Cap's like, he's a kid,
Yeah,
or she's a kid,
Mm-hmm.
or he, he could do it.
That's so all that's interesting.
she
And
wants.
then one thing that's kind of, it's such a low key, and they're doing it very very softly. But have you guys noticed they're doing a lot of things in terms of like injustices with like, black citizens of like U.S. Like for example, the guy who was sent in
Clyde, I think.
Yeah, the guy who was a super soldier, and they
The
were
first
like,
Captain America.
Yeah, and they were like,
Oh yeah, that
Taking
was kind
his
of fun.
blood
And then
to
like
get the serum.
Sam was like, why
haven't
we
I
heard
known?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then on top of that, there's I don't know if you guys noticed, but he leaves the house, and they're leaving, and both of them are walking off, but then all of a sudden the cops roll up,
Yeah.
because they were arguing. And
Yeah.
remember, like when the cops goes up to like specifically Falcon, they're like,
Yeah.
"Is he causing you problems? Can I see your ID, sir?"
Yeah.
And like Bucky was just like, dude,
It's
just
like,
give him his
dude, do you
ID.
know who he is? He's
Yeah.
a
He's
fucking
like, "Oh, I'm
Avenger.
so sorry."
Yeah,
And then I
so-
like there's a
yeah.
cool twist though where they like take in Bucky because he's
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that
that actually has like a warrant out because he missed his.
exactly.
But-
yeah.
Dude, I've been.
So it's
I've
interesting the way they're touching on that, and they're
Yeah.
very soft, but
yeah.
like
No,
not blatant.
I am think with the show and then everything like that. I think they're touching a lot of things really well,
Mhm.
and they're being subtle about most things, and also hinting at new things like this next episode. I don't know if you guys heard, someone saying that there's going to be an established big MCU character coming out in this next episode, and he's supposed to make a cameo.
Me.
So I don't know who that would be though.
It's dumb.
Well, I mean, Michael Pena is gonna come out with his van, and
I-
Bone's gonna be there.
and they also did show Rhodey, so that was a big one in the
Ooh,
beginning.
yeah.
They showed Rhodey in the
What if
beginning.
Ant Man?
I
I was thinking,
that
what
would
if
be so
Ant Man
funny.
comes
Yeah.
out, dude? Remember when he was working with them during the?
Oh yeah.
yeah, dude. Once
What
you
if
kill
Old
him-
Man
Sam
Cap just
calls
comes
him
out?
back up. He's like, "Yo, dude, I need you."
Old Man Cap comes out and he's just
Walk
like,
up.
God damn it, Sam. You give my shield away, God damn it.
God damn it. Hey,
God damn it.
give him back the shield.
But, and then the other thing I wanted to touch on too was I love the tension because a lot of people think that like going in like Falcon and Bucky were just gonna be like goody friends when they're not. There's a lot of friction, and I love a lot of it. It was when Winter Soldier's like, dude, why did you give the shield away? Why? And Falcon's like, it doesn't have to do with him, or it has to do with me. Like, don't worry about it. Blah blah. Like, why do you care about it? And then he's like, because if he was wrong about you, he was wrong about me. And I'm like, dude, this cuts a lot deeper than we.
Dude,
That's the whole plot of Winter Soldier. That's the whole point of that movie. Like, he fights for Bucky, and
that's
it's
such a great line. But it's just what they're doing with the show. It really surprised me, but it didn't. It didn't surprise me after watching WandaVision because I was worried about the quality. I was like, CW, okay, low budget. We're just gonna get poor storylines and all this stuff. But it's like no, like we are getting just quality, quality.
It's
cinematic storylines
more than what a movie would give us.
They're taking care of them. They're letting them know that like this isn't just some like side piece. Like this is all like rungs in this ladder, and we're getting there.
Yeah,
that's that's also what I love that they're doing with these shows is that they're letting other people know. It's like these are like serious shows. You should watch these shows if you care about what's going on in this whole like verse that we made.
Not only that though, but like they're also opening a door to something completely new, in my opinion, because we had the 22, 23 movies that came out, and you're kind of thinking, we want to see more, but they're not going to make a movie of just Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're not going to make a movie of just Wanda and Vision. So Marvel said...
they're choosing very smart characters to go with.
Marvel went ahead and said, all right, well, Disney Plus is a thing. So is WandaVision now. Yeah. So is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, they're idolizing this new way where, like, future things could also take things that from these aspects as well and create their own TV shows accordingly.
Plus, they're choosing just great characters to do it with.
And on top of that, they're gonna evolve these movies, like or these shows, I should say. They're gonna evolve from shows into movies, like AKA, Wanda's gonna be in the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, and then I'm sure eventually Falcon is gonna star in a Captain America movie because like that's eventually where it's gonna lead off to, like at some point or another. So
it's like crazy because like now Marvel's built this like empire where I actually don't even see an end. Like
I know.
I just like because after
I also love that though.
After Endgame, you're probably thinking like it's downhill from here, guys. But then you're kind of like, no, it's plateauing. It's more or less. I wouldn't even say plateauing. It's getting weirdly better, like and better and better and better the more and more it goes on. Are we gonna have another huge, like impact as well as like Infinity War and Endgame did? Probably not. Because that's probably like the two best like things ever. Yeah. But
plus they're now considered their OGs too, so everyone's gonna be trying to compare them to like those ones.
So
and I just don't think that's kind of fair. But since that whole saga started everything. But of course I can't wait to see what Marvel has because I want to have that same reaction and that same build up with all these newer movies too. So.
But it's good. I think we can all agree. We're excited to see where it's going to go. I really like it. We're excited. We got 2 more episodes left, so we'll definitely be talking about them in every episode.
Yeah, every week we'll like try to highlight on them and kind of go through our thoughts and what we're hoping to see next.
So we also wanted to talk a little bit about some video games this time around. But
did we want to save it for next week? I think we could.
It's up to you guys.
Because we're already at like 108 right now. That's why.
Do you want to still
go
talk about
the news?
PowerPuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So what did you? Since this is your topic, what about it? What is this? Introduce us.
So
Wait, are we still doing the yay or nay thing?
Yeah. Well, okay. Dom kind of came up with the whole concept of the yay or nay part. But it's just like us kind of just bringing up things that happened this past week and first looks, trailers. Stuff that we're kind of hyped for. And
did you guys watch PowerPuff Girls when you were smaller?
A little bit.
I did. A little bit.
When it was on,
Yeah.
Well, what's the monkey's name?
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
You mean
I think that's
Angel?
So what about
Nick?
What about this?
But no, yeah. So the CW, they gave us the first look at PowerPuff Girls.
They're at it again.
Live action.
Live action. That's a very important part of this.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a one season, one off show. It's gonna be done.
So it's getting a pilot.
Yeah.
So they didn't get the whole season yet.
Oh, alright.
So they only have the beginning.
yeah.
Okay.
So I really hope it's just one episode. That's it.
So
But I would not be
first
surprised
look-
if it like turned into like a one season Batwoman type of thing.
Yeah, but I think Batwoman's coming back though. It got
Dear
a second
God.
season. But
I mean,
alright, that's a different subject though. But
Yeah.
in this first look, I don't know if you guys seen it, but it literally looks like they're cosplaying, and I feel like I've seen better cosplays of the Powerpuff Girls than what we saw in this.
That they're not even cosplaying. That like
It just-
they, like I don't know what they're doing. Like they just have people like that
There's
are just
some-
wearing the colors of the characters, and that's it.
yeah, they don't really remind me of like Powerpuff Girls. These are like Powerpuff like women, like older. Like,
Yeah,
Dude,
Powerpuff women.
Like it literally looks like an episode of Riverdale, and they're all dressing up for Halloween.
True,
And
Yeah.
That's the best way I could.
That's
And-
it's,
It's like Powerpuff of Riverdale.
Yeah.
And I'm not
But
saying-
they're grown women though.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
a
weird
weird
thing
thing.
too, because the Powerpuff Girls are like little girls,
weren't
kind
they
of
like,
like
in,
made from this
kindergarten?
lab.
They're like 5 and 6 and shit.
But they're like powerful,
yeah.
and I feel as though
They're
this
super
is.
OP.
I mean, like, I feel as though this is where it's kind of like taking a wrong direction for me. Because if they want to make a live action about it, like, I don't care, go for it, and it could be good. I don't know.
No, yeah.
but the
for
thing
sure.
is too is that it's just like I feel as though the thing that makes the Powerpuff Girls is the girls. Like they're tiny, like they're little
Yeah,
these little
kids,
things that they
yeah.
were made.
And that's what makes them so like lovable in the original
Yeah,
show is
yeah.
that they're beating up these like
Like
real bad dudes,
Bubbles.
but they're
Yeah,
just
like
kids.
they're
like
just
it's
kids,
so cool.
yeah.
But now there's
Like,
just
they're
like these grown ass women just beating on like bad
monster.
dudes.
Probably,
Isn't
yeah.
the dad like the doctor too?
Yeah, he's a professor.
Yeah.
So like,
Wasn't that guy in Scrubs?
so
that they
what's
have
the
for him?
dad? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No
That-
way.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah, no.
Dude.
But it's also like, if like they're all grown up, like how is he gonna play a part in this? Like at all?
I know. Like,
and are they gonna
shouldn't
be
they have
kids
their
at
own
one point?
base?
I don't know.
Are they gonna be like kids at one point? Like
Here's the
We're
thing.
gonna go
Like
into the
I
origin.
just have such a bad taste of CW shows in my mouth, of them being done cheaply, the stories being very repetitive, like we've
Yeah.
seen in Flash.
Yeah.
Like the
which
stories
by the way had
very repetitive.
great
Yeah.
first
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Great
First
great
two
first
seasons.
and
Two.
second season.
First two seasons.
After that, it's trash.
Yeah.
And I envy those people that love those shows because they're always around.
Yeah.
And I wish I had that same appreciation for the CW, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I just
I
feel
really
I
don't.
can't do it.
So
I can't do it,
and I just can't imagine them making something good with it being the Powerpuff Girls.
and I just
it
yeah.
just kind of like taking off. Like and if they were like children, I guess
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see. It's like, oh, we got these little girls kicking ass and shit like that. All right, cool. Like that's like fine, but it's just like I don't know what to expect from this show other than it looks like it's like a Riverdale scheme.
and
Yeah.
it looks like
and it's gonna be like a lot more. It just seems like it's gonna be like a lot more drama than it is gonna
Yeah,
be
there you go.
like anything else.
that's what I
It's
was
like,
gonna say.
oh no, we have a giant monster to fight at 7 p.m., but then I have a date with my boyfriend
Yeah.
like at
Okay.
7 p.m.
And then,
What am
and then
I
the one
gonna
in green's gonna be
do?
like, well, I have a date with my girlfriend. It's like,
Exactly.
okay,
It's
like,
oh, Jesus.
like,
Yeah,
just
no.
fight Mojo Jojo and show me, like,
Yeah, fight monkey.
These grown women are gonna
Like
punch a
monkey.
monkey in the face.
like a real
Come
monkey.
on,
all right,
man.
but it actually better be a real monkey. Okay?
And so it's
not.
and here's the thing, like
I need
I
to
don't
see a real monkey
I-
with a
just-
giant brain.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to trash on it because like this is a thing that could it might be good for
Oh,
all
you
we
know.
know. We
No,
never
true.
know.
Prove me
But
wrong.
at the same time, it's like, who asked for this? Whose idea was this?
Yeah.
Like, who is it to be like
A
we should
live
go
action.
and change
or
it, you know?
or because if like they tried to bring it back, just bring it back in the cartoon.
I know, yeah. Why
Like,
why don't
cartoons
they
are
just bring,
fine.
Like a remaster?
Invincible.
Dude, yeah.
Cartoons work
are
too.
in right now.
Yeah.
Too. With like Avatar taking off, and
Yeah.
now they're building a whole like universe of it after killing
Well,
Netflix for the past couple
I
months.
think
Yeah.
that's why they didn't bring it back because
So they
I think
should have
I
done
think Drew's
that.
more or less right that, or John, I can't remember who said it. I think it's gonna be more or less like personal drama, like
Yeah.
story
Yeah,
type thing. Like it's gonna be based on
grown-up
instead of
drama.
because in Pop-Up Girls they had like what 20 minutes to like something happens, there's a problem, they fight the sisters.
I also really don't know too much about Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls because I watched it here and there as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'll
Once it
give
was
you-
on Cartoon Network, I would of course watch it because like
Yeah.
I thought it was cool, and I'd always liked the blue one because the blue one was blue. That's my favorite color,
Mhm.
and I
Bubbles.
like yeah. And
Who's
because
Wait,
I like
and-
their name, I was like Bubbles.
Because all their names are what? Bubbles? What else?
Blossom and Buttercup.
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 But I was gonna say, like, I'll give you an example of what they're probably gonna twist this like on its head. So like on the original version, they were in kindergarten or whatever,
Yeah.
and they couldn't
Like, they're like little kids. That's
So,
like
and-
the
but this
also
was-
comical part of it.
This was interesting was the fact that like so they would get in trouble at kindergarten because they were falling asleep in class, but they were falling asleep in class because they were spending all night kicking ass.
Oh,
So you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no,
so,
but
like,
that's like cool though. It's like, oh, all right, yeah, that's like also kind of funny too because that's their like dynamic.
they're probably gonna pull the same thing though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's just gonna be like real life problems. Oh, we gotta deal with this, but
Mhm.
oh, we still gotta fight monsters. You know,
Yeah, sure.
that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of went through it, and I feel like we.
All right,
we
yay or nay?
exhausted. Nay.
Nay.
Oh, nay.
Right now.
Nay.
Right now.
Probably
nay.
nay. Probably nay for now, but
Yeah.
prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And we got-
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
We got one
Yeah.
last
Because
year.
I,
nay.
I will watch the pilot, and I can't wait to come back and tell you my
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's the
I'm
one
actually
thing.
excited about this pilot because because it's gonna be bad, but I want it to be funny at least.
Yeah.
All right, we're running short on time, so we
Yeah,
got
exactly.
one last thing.
Loki.
We're gonna go yay or nay on Loki. New trailer just dropped recently,
mean,
about a
so
week ago.
spicy.
About
If
Yeah.
we're being real, even if I didn't even
hold
see the
on.
trailer.
Before we get into it, we just saw the trailer beforehand. You know, just
Yeah.
saying before we started the podcast. So go on.
So
If
it's
I didn't
fresh
even
for all of
see
us.
the trailer, it'd be a yay. We already know this. Marvel could say, "Hey, I'm making a movie about Darkholm." I'd say yay. Like,
That's true.
but based on the trailer,
Dark
it was good.
game the come.
And, yeah, but based on the trailer though, great, and I'm so glad.
Owen Wilson.
Wow. Saw a couple scrolls in there too.
Yeah, I like the because I like the whole time. What's it called? What are those people called? The
Time-
Owen Wilson, the
Uh,
time watchers.
Time-
Oh, the Night at the Museum.
the
characters.
Yeah.
time bastards.
Yeah, we can
No,
call
he
him
was he was the cowboy.
time
I know.
people.
Yeah.
What's his
Time
name?
Pete's.
All right,
Time
so
bastards.
like I think that's cool, and I'm also a big fan of time travel stuff.
Oh yeah.
I
dude.
love time travel things, and like how one little thing changes that
Uh-huh.
and this and that and timelines.
Well, this is big
I'm all for
for Tom Hiddleston because I mean the last thing we
The
saw
guy's
him
an
in.
absolute weapon.
Oh my god, dude.
Well,
The flow,
His lettuce.
the
is unreal.
lettuce, his
But-
hair. Oh
but
my god.
this is like something for him to like finish off his Loki career if he ever does because the last thing we saw on him was him getting his neck snapped by Thanos. So
Oh, dude, that was what a way to start off a movie.
it's like the sun will shine once again, brother. And it's like,
I was
fucking
like,
dead.
what the fuck?
And then Thanos is like, no more revives for you.
Yeah.
No more buybacks, bro.
Yeah.
Thor's like, give me 4,000.
Give me 1,000.
But it's cool because now we see him like
Accidentally buys an RCXD.
we saw him
At
like
Nick.
we saw him playing such a middle piece in like Ragnarok. You know, he
Yeah.
was like kind of a teetering between the good and the bad side. But it looks like this time, you know, he's playing more of the good guy.
Yeah.
He's actually
Yeah.
going to be
But it's like, is
protagonist.
he though?
Mischievous
That's
good
the
guy.
thing.
Mischievous good
Exactly.
But
guy.
That's
it's
true.
but it's like, is he though?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
also
always
true.
his.
That's like the
always
best
his
part
thing.
about his character.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, but he's gonna like do this one good thing for like 6 bad things.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, that is.
But
how it works.
but the thing about this is like, are those six bad things gonna come in, or is he actually like
He's
trying
going
to
to
be
make out with
good here?
Darkholm.
Yeah.
Darkholm?
Better.
Is it all for
Dude,
Darkholm?
I can't believe someone went in.
Guys,
Their
please.
free time was like, hold on.
Please check out the wiki right now before it goes away.
Yeah.
But like,
Yep.
but yeah, it looks good. I have high hopes for it. Like, it doesn't look cheesy or anything. I feel like it makes me think this is where we're gonna head with, like in terms of the Eternals and stuff
Yeah.
like that. These like upper beings of
Mhm.
like outside of Earth, you know, realm or whatever
Yeah.
it may be, like elevated. We're seeing these kind of activities, these actions and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's actually interesting. I thought for me personally, I thought it was gonna be like kind of like too much, where I was like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of this is out of hand.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, what the fuck's going on now?
Like I'd be like my dad, just like sitting there and be like,
Yeah.
but
Like,
it
oh,
seems good.
I gotta
like,
watch that one again.
It seems interesting, like, and it seems like cool. The premise are
Do
gonna
we
take a fixing
do we
things.
think that there's gonna be a cameo from someone else?
Um,
I feel like that could be like a Doctor Strange kind of realm there.
When does
yeah,
this
but
come
that's
out?
what we thought for
WandaVision.
I really wanted that. And
That's
that
what I
let me
thought for
down.
WandaVision. So I was
Really
like, I
let
don't
me
know.
down. I don't
Maybe
like
they
set
did
my
do it for
hopes high
WandaVision
anymore.
because remember WandaVision was
though I said
moved out of
earlier,
its
my
time
hopes
or
are
whatever.
true.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
Loki's gonna come out on June 11th of this year.
Bro, wait.
Dude.
Wait.
Just okay, go on.
I have to address this. Disney, bro, WandaVision from January to February. Falcon and Winter Soldier from March to April. Bad Batch in May, and then Loki in June.
Wow.
The first half of this
That
year?
batch is in May.
Disney is Darkcom.
They are.
No breaks. No breaks.
No breaks.
No, yeah.
No breaks and no capes.
No,
Take
no
my
breaks
money.
and all gas.
Take all my money.
Gas.
Yeah,
Gasolina.
take all our money, Disney.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I'll keep paying for my subscription.
And then Black
Yeah.
Widow.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Soon.
Soon. No, but like that's gotten pushed back so many times.
Sheesh.
I actually thought it already came out, and I was like, oh wait, it's getting pushed back again.
Yeah.
But I'm still hyped for it, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it. Of course.
Okay, but I still like it though.
quick, guys! I still want Marvel. Guys, I swear.
So, Loki though, yay or nay? Oh, okay, come on. Yay. Okay.
Nay, bro. I'm not just kidding. Yeah.
Nay, dude.
This is so loud.
You're gonna break the mic.
God. Yay, that's a yay for me. Yay.
It's a,
Yay.
give me a
Yay.
wow.
See,
Double yay.
Name?
hey,
Oh.
Wow. And then obviously bringing in Owen, that's huge.
Buenas
Wow.
noches, señora
Wow.
Pecha.
wow.
That's huge.
Feel
Yeah.
free to rank our wows.
Yeah.
So
That's
one
wow.
thing. So I want to also finish off with a question. You know, so that way we can have some debate in the comments. Whoever whoever is viewing, or just anybody that's listening. So that way it's something for you to think about. I wanted to throw in there. What's your opinion of Powerpuff Girls? Is it a yay or nay? Do you think it's gonna be good? Do you think it has potential? Do you think it's gonna be a garbage
for
fire?
Sure. Yeah.
What do you think? Like if you guys are in the comments or just living
Oh.
your day life, like
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're asking. Oh, I thought you were
no,
asking
to
us. I was like,
comment down below. Tell me what you
No,
think.
yeah.
If not, like on your own, like what do you guys think? Because like, don't get me wrong, I think, this is something new, very new,
Yeah.
in terms of like a TV
little
sort of
weird.
thing. In the
Yeah.
TV realm of
A
things.
little weird.
I think,
I'm uncomfortable about it.
but
I'll
like
watch
we
it.
can can for sure kind of have our speculations about it,
Yeah.
and we're curious to see what yours are too.
we're
Maybe
probably
the same as
gonna
ours, and-
watch the first episode.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
If we're gonna talk about it, we probably gotta watch
Oh
it.
yeah,
We're still
because
gonna watch it.
We actually gotta spend quite a bit of time talking about it, so
Yeah.
we gotta like for sure watch it.
There's
Let's
just like
Exactly.
a random like splotch like in the entertainment universe. Like it's
Yeah.
like all this is happening. There's just like
And then Powerpuff Girls.
Because we want to talk about everything.
I'm down because I used to watch it when I was a kid.
I used to watch it when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Go to my
So-
grandma's house.
Yeah, dude, it was on Cartoon Network. We used to dabble, but
But so I also want to touch on now everything is live. We have Instagram, we have TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I think we still need a Twitter. I don't think Twitter
yeah,
has
I
been
don't, I,
made
I,
yet.
I don't think we made Twitter.
We're missing,
So,
missing Twitter.
so
Or-
if you see any fake BuzzBoy accounts, make sure
Yeah.
you
So
report them.
exactly,
Yeah.
we're the BuzzBoys with Buzzwole as a
Yeah,
picture.
BuzzBoy's our mascot.
Yeah.
Still
Um,
working
until
on
we
like
post our
logos and
logo.
stuff.
Or until somebody else like comes through, the woodworks and actually somebody talented,
Yeah.
can actually like draw something for us. That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Or if a already established company tells us to fuck off, then
Oh yeah,
won't
they
have
have
to be-
change their name.
Yeah.
But right now that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So we're the
We are BuzzBoys with Buzzwole
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our
as the
mascot.
So
mascot.
somebody comes through with somebody with some talent comes through and does something for us.
Yeah.
Whether
I just got
whoever
an
it may
idea.
be.
Maybe we'll see it by next podcast.
But yes, everything is live, so everybody's more than welcome to follow us. We're gonna be uploading little snippets and stuff from there. I'll probably like on the Instagram. I'll probably go through and just cut little pieces and start uploading different things.
Yeah.
and then we also said we were gonna talk about games, but we didn't get to it because we went on for like 50 minutes for Justice League.
So
Yeah,
for
we
sure
talked
next
a lot
time.
about
Next
this.
week, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna talk
Next week
about
we,
it.
we have a
I
lot
know,
of
expect
kind of like
that.
downtime. We don't have that much homework.
Yeah.
So
And the
Yeah.
only thing else that's coming out is just Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
which we'll
So
talk
we're just
about.
gonna
So,
comment
yeah,
on that.
we'll
So-
have time. We'll have time.
But okay, so and one of the last things we also need to talk about, who's next up for homework? Who's got
Ooh.
something?
Well, for the movie.
Because I know you or show, whatever it may be.
Well,
because
alright,
I know you have
fine.
your show. Are you gonna call
I
it in?
want everyone to watch the first episode of Invincible.
The first episode
Or
or
get
the
caught up.
series? We can get caught up.
If it's better for you guys to get caught up, go for it. But like it's asking a lot because now it's gonna be at 5.
Mhm.
But If
But we
anything,
do a
watch
whole
the
week.
first.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Alright,
only
no,
fair.
fine, the
It's
whole
5
week.
episodes. Every episode is about 45
Guys,
to
hit the
50
books.
minutes.
Hit the books.
Go
guys.
watch Invincible.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
it's
watch
literally like
Invincible.
4. I mean, I burned through like 4 episodes of Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
like, and it was just a movie. You
Yeah,
know?
watch
So we can do
Justice League today.
Invincible.
Yeah, it's true.
Things are cool.
And Justice League was like 4 hours. We had
So-
a lot of homework this past week.
Yeah.
We had to watch. Well, like we had to watch Justice League. You had to watch all of
All of
freaking
Winter Soldier.
Winter
Yeah,
Soldier.
for
But,
sure.
all right, fine. That's my request.
All right.
Ooh,
Invincible.
alright.
We got 2.
I have an assignment for Drew.
Whoa. We have to do my assignment first.
You already did your assignment.
You haven't watched Invincible.
No. This is just for Drew.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
Just
get
for
extra
Drew.
I
credit?
was like,
Drew gets some extra credit. Hey. Yeah, no.
Extra credit.
Drew,
Class.
get caught up on Attack on Titan. Or, well, like, do the best you can.
Okay.
Just, like, do a couple episodes.
I just need the new season. I'm pretty much caught up
Yeah.
besides the new season. So, I mean, that's...
Yeah, do a couple episodes.
30
Don't
minute episodes.
get all the way caught up, like, if you don't want to, but, like, bang in
Yeah.
a couple episodes. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Alright, cool.
Homework.
I'm down for that.
That's our homework, fellas.
That's my extra credit.
And then also feel free to watch our boy Drew stream.
Mhm.
He's been streaming lately.
Mm-hmm.
He's been streaming, Call of Duty, Apex. Sometimes we'll play Among Us with the boys. There's a new map out there. But yeah,
Sure.
I'll
Should
get
talk
some
about that too. The new map.
next week.
Next week?
We'll have a video game session next week.
Video
game.
next week. All right, yeah.
Are we gonna have like
Alright.
a 2 event like schedule eventually, where like one day we'll do the pod and next like throughout the week we'll play like Among Us or something?
I like it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm down. Like
We're
We're just
all
building.
sorts of
the
content.
possibilities are endless.
I'll have to configure something with my setup. But,
And
like,
for
I can
fun.
figure something out.
That's the fun of it.
Play Little Nightmares. God
I know.
damn it.
I know. You know what? That's also my extra credit.
Hey, we should make a
From-
thing where
from,
like just
Don.
streaming Little Nightmares.
Oh no!
That would be fun though.
Ooh, that'd
Best
be a
of
bad.
friendo.
That would be a bad look
Best
for the kid.
And like we could, and like
Scary.
like we were saying earlier, the possibilities are endless.
Scary.
Though we have a lot of shit that we're gonna pump out. We do have somewhat busy lives, but we're working around it.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming.
Yeah,
we got a lot of shit, and
School's
hopefully,
almost
like we
done.
can get a lot more going. Like I know these two are fighting about who's better Pokemon battle and stuff. Maybe we can upload videos of them fighting.
Yeah.
We can go
Or,
to
like,
like their
just-
house.
Fighting.
Yeah, no, maybe John and I will just bond.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
have
like,
maybe occasionally
Maybe we'll
have a
just
couple-
wrestle. Who knows?
Maybe occasionally we'll have a couple
Caper?
What happened there? maybe occasionally.
cut that.
You scrap this podcast. Maybe
Fix that in
occasionally,
post.
occasionally we'll have maybe a couple like vlog
Do you
sessions.
occasionally have a kiss?
I can do that too. Some dark cum.
Alright, but yeah, no, we have a lot of possibilities that we're
No,
gonna talk
yeah,
about.
We
yeah.
can put a lot of
for
content
sure.
out there. We
We're-
just
we're,
gotta do it.
Yeah.
But like
And-
I said,
Yeah, we're trying to be
um,
consistent because this is the furthest we've ever gotten.
we'll figure it out. But
sure.
like I was saying, everybody leave a comment down below about PowerPuff Girls. Like I'm really curious about that because it's
Same, yeah.
such a wild, like oddball sort of thing in media.
Mhm.
But any final thoughts? Anybody else?
No,
Anything
no,
else? Is
I
everything
think
else the same?
Oh wait, I have one final thought.
Another final thought. Go.
Double final thought.
Go. Just give it to us.
There's a different BuzzBoy account.
Oh
Don't. Don't sub to them.
yeah. We are
Yeah.
challenging them. First one to
Buzz-
1,000 subs has to.
They don't know about
the
this
other
challenge,
person- Yeah.
but
They
Don't
have
tell
to-
them either.
don't even tell them about
no
the
one tells
challenge.
us. Whoever gets to 1,000 subs first,
Yeah.
the other account has to change their name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once we get to 1,000 before
We're-
they do,
We're gonna tell them.
we have to tell them,
We're
or
gonna message them.
just tell somebody else to tell them to change
Yeah.
their name.
Or they'll change our name.
Or just fight us.
Yeah. Or we
just
can
box all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they play soccer, so.
Yeah. They stream soccer. Ooh, so cool.
okay.
So no kickboxing.
We're already starting beef with another podcast.
All right,
Drew.
but cool. All right, that's everything. So thanks again, everybody, for listening. Thanks for listening to the Buzz and the Boys Talk.
Hey.
So we'll see y'all in the next one.
It gets
Thanks
smoother
again
every
for
time.
listening.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.